Alright, it's only me. I just come on. I've got 5 minutes here. I need to go and pick Helen up for her work. But I'll tell you what, we were away camping there. What night was that? No, Monday night. I was away on Sunday with the dog, but then Monday night me and Gordon were away camping. And because we were away camping, Ken, we had all night to sit there and have a fire and do nothing. And what I actually suggested was, I was like, why don't we not pick that Led Zeppelin? Ken, I had it on my pod. That Led Zeppelin box set. You know, Led Zeppelin brought out 2 box sets. The first one with 4 CDs, the second one with 2 CDs, picking up the rest of the stuff that was in there. And that was the first time for I'm pretty sure I must have done it before, but it was the first time I actually sat and listened to the thing from start to finish, came from the A to the Z. So I was sitting there thinking that I'm probably going to go back and do this a wee bit more, but I thought this was a good one to start with, because for me the 1990 Led Zeppelin box set is where it starts with box sets for me, because anybody that can remember back to 1990 and the resurgence of Led Zeppelin and the big deal that this was at the time, you get a kind of a nostalgic glow off it, when you think all the box sets that have come behind it. I mean, when I think back to 1990, I was 16, and my fare were looking after this evening hours, whatever. And there was no way I could ever afford this. It was double cassette remasters I had, which was cut down. This was the most lavishly expensive thing. There were no way I was ever going to be able to afford this. I didn't actually get a copy. Gordon had a copy. It was 6 LPs or 4 CDs, and this was so popular that actually went into the Billboard charts in America, which was unheard of for a lavish, expensive box set. But when you open it now and you look at it, it's actually quite bare compared to some of the ones you get now. Whereas at the time I remember thinking, when Gordon came back with his, and it was, oh my god, look at this book. Look at this is the best thing ever. Even now, I mean, I've not had out the box and looked at it for years and years and years, but just so much nostalgia here when I flick over these pages. So what I remember about reading this book, although it was quite an expensive box set, I can remember there was like some factual errors in there. Even the... how cool is that? With these folders here. A big poster you could make out of that if you wanted to rip your book up. But when you think that Peter Grant wasn't around at this time, so I suppose he would have probably kicked somebody's arse for some of the mistakes he made here. But this is still a lovely bit of kit when you think this was more than 30 years ago. And it became probably the first big, I'm trying to think what would maybe have come before that. Jethro Tull's 20 year of Jethro Tull in 1988 maybe, which is sitting up there. I'll maybe do that in a couple of weeks. There was also a Yes one come out at the same time here, called Yes Years, which is literally identical to this. Contents wise, the book, the 4 CDs, and the Yes one's a bit more strictly chronological. We were sitting there night there talking about this, and it isn't completely chronological because it jumps about a wee bit, but we thought it was quite odd that the thing started with a whole lot of love and Heartbreaker, which is 2 songs after the second album, if you're going in a chronological order. And then you think some of the first disc's probably the best one for the stuff that you hadn't heard before, because there's like a live version of Black Mountainside and White Summer on there, and Hey Hey What Can I Do that never made it onto Led Zeppelin 3, and Travelling Riverside Blues. So I mean, this is brilliant. Then we were looking through it, the first couple of discs. When you talk about Led Zeppelin, the early stuff is I think you'd find with most bands that the early stuff is the best, because that's when folk have really got something to say. It's not until they get established with that music that they're starting to have to come up with what I like to call product, which when folk are sitting and be like, God, this band been going 40 years, this is one of the best albums we've ever done. It's like, no, it's not. But the best music's made by young folk that don't really know what they're doing. Once you get into why you're doing it, then that's what it becomes, product. It's not what you get kind of round here. It was just we were talking about the other night there. You've got things like Jamaica on it, Ken, that I never really need to hear ever again. And you've got stuff missing off it, like How Many More Times. Where is How Many More Times? Why is Misty Mountain Hop on it and 4 Sticks, isn't he? Why is there no really as much stuff as physical graffiti on it as there should be? Ken, all of these questions. But Ken, just getting back there, I'll probably do a few more of these because I quite like a wee retrospective here and talk about what my opinions on these things. But I mean, this, for somebody starting off with box sets back in the day, this was an absolutely beautiful piece of merchandise with some of the greatest and most popular rock music on it all the time. Right, I better stop talking out my arse and I better go and pick Helen up for work. Thanks for listening, I'll see you later, ta-ta!